Hi everyone, welcome to Free Spanish Lessons. Lesson 8, Rules of Conjugation in Spanish. Lección 8, Reglas de conjugación en español. In Spanish, as well as in English, there are regular and irregular verbs. We need to learn the conjugation of the irregular verbs and follow the rules for the regular ones. The regular verbs in Spanish have three different terminations: ar, ir. For example, amar, to love, temer, to fear, partir, to leave or to depart. For the simple present tense, the conjugation of these three verbs is as follows. Yo amo, I love. Tú amas, usted ama. You love, él ama, he loves. Ella ama, she loves. Nosotros amamos, we love. Ustedes aman, vosotros amáis. You love, ellos aman, ellas aman, they love. For the verb temer, yo temo, I fear. Tú temes, usted teme, you fear. Él teme, he fears. Ella teme, she fears. Nosotros tememos, we fear. Ustedes temen, vosotros teméis, you fear. Ellos temen, ellas temen, they fear. Partir, yo parto, I leave. Tú partes, usted parte, you leave. Él parte, he leaves. Ella parte, she leaves. Nosotros partimos, we leave. Ustedes parten, vosotros partís. You leave. Ellos parten, ellas parten, they leave. As you can see here, the terminations of the verbs depending on the subjects are changing for each column. If the verb ends in ar, you have amo, amas, ama. You see an A here because there is an A here. For temer, you have an E here. And for partir, you have I. So, those verbs that end in er and ir are very similar, but here there is a difference. Here for ustedes, vosotros, aman, temen, parten, amáis, teméis, partís. For the simple past tense, you also have different terminations depending on this termination of the verb in infinitive. Amé, temí, partí. Amó, temió, partió. You can see that these verbs ending in er and ending in ir have the same terminations for the simple past tense. But for the future, you have amaré, temeré, partiré. You see the A here, you see the E here, and you see the I here. So what we need to do is to put the right terminations depending on the verb that we are working with. So let's go to the tool that we are developing and I will show you how to work with these verbs. Remember that in our previous lesson, we have worked with these verbs, but we have taken the conjugation of these verbs from a dictionary and we were not using the rules. Today we are going to apply the rules. So, since we already have the terminations here, I have added this column here to indicate if we are working with a regular or an irregular verb. Then I'm gonna work with the verb to listen, which is regular. I can filter here to listen. And we have the future, the present, and the past. So let's work with the present tense. And since we already have used the terminations, what I need to change is only the root. So I'm gonna select all this row. I am going to find and I'm going to replace escuchar with amar. Then the root of the verb is the verb without the termination ar. So I remove ar and replace all. And I had 14 replacements. So let's check the conjugation of the verb amar. I need to change the English from to listen to love. To love, amar. Then let's check. Yo amo, tú amas, usted ama, él ama, ella ama, nosotros amamos, nosotras amamos, ustedes aman, vosotros amáis, etc. So, very easy, right? Then I can go back to the menu, go to general sentences, and try to make a sentence with the verb to love in present tense. Then, for example, I love music. It's very simple. So the subject is first person singular, so it would be I, and automatically it appears yo. It's male, yo, and I'm gonna choose here I love, to love in present tense. This is an affirmative sentence, so and it's not a question. Yo amo, and here I have to put music. We are missing here an article, so I can go to the objects and put the music, la música. Let's go back to the menu, go to general sentence and choose the music. I love the music. Yo amo la música. If I want to say I do not love the music, I do not love the music, I have to choose here a negative sentence. Yo no amo la música. Now, if I want to say she does not love the music, she does not love the music, then I have to choose third person, singular female, and you will see ella. Ella no ama la música. She does not love the music. Ella no ama la música. If I want to choose, for example, third person but plural, and female, ellas no aman la música. They do not love the music. Ellas no aman la música. If I want to say we do not love music, we change the subject. We do not love the music, and we choose here first person, plural, male, for example. Nosotros no amamos la música. So you can see this tool allows us to find in an easier way the right conjugation for each subject. But you can do it checking in the table. You go here, you go to love in present, and you go to nosotros. Nosotros amamos, or negative, nosotros no amamos. Nosotros no amamos la música. We do not love the music. Okay, now let's try to do the sentence in future. We will love the music, for example. We will love the music. We will love the music. Nosotros amaremos la música. Then I need to check the tense and look for future. And this error appears here because we haven't entered yet the right conjugation of this verb in future. So let's go back to verbs. Let's copy the future tense of this verb that is regular, insert, and we are going to do the same. Find, we are going to change escuchar without R with amar without R, replace everything. Let's change also the English part to love, and we have the conjugation of the verb in future. Yo amaré, tú amarás, usted amará, él amará, ella amará. Then if we go back to sentences, you'll see that the error here has disappeared because we have added the conjugation of the verb in future. Now, if I want to make a sentence in past tense, for example, they loved the music, you have to choose third person, plural, male, the verb to love, and the tense would be past tense, simple past tense. And again, we find this error because we haven't entered the right conjugation of this verb in simple past tense. Then go back to verbs. Let's copy simple past tense. Let's insert the copied cells and do the changes. Replace escuchar without R to amar without R. We replace everything. Also replace the English part from to listen to love, and go back to sentences, and we have they love the music, ellos no amaron la música. We have a no here because I have said this as negative. If I said it as affirmative, ellos amaron la música, they loved the music. Now, if you want to make a question, for example, did they love the music? Then I only have to set this to yes, a question. You see the quotation marks appear, and the question is, ¿ellos amaron la música? Did they love the music? ¿Ellos amaron la música? Okay, now let's do the same with the second type of verb. So let's go back to menu, to verbs. Now we are going to work with a verb that ends in er. So we can filter regular verbs and check if we have one verb that ends in er. Since we don't have one, because all the verbs that we have here ends in ar, we need to add manually all the conjugations. So we are going to enter 3 lines here. One for present, one for past, and one for future. And we are going to work with the verb to eat, for example. To eat, comer. I copy this, paste and paste. All of them regular verbs. Okay. Then here I have a formula that is adding these 2 string chains. So I'm gonna drag the formula down and I start to write down the conjugations. Yo como, tú comes, usted come, él come, ella come, nosotros comemos, nosotras comemos, ustedes comen, vosotros coméis, ustedes comen, vosotras coméis, ellos comen, ellas comen. Now, for the simple past, yo comí, tú comiste, usted comió, él comió, ella comió, nosotros comimos, nosotras comimos, ustedes comieron, vosotros comisteis, ustedes comieron, vosotras comisteis, ellos comieron, ellas comieron. And for the future, also add the R for regular. Yo comeré, tú comerás, usted comerá, él comerá, ella comerá, nosotros comeremos, nosotras comeremos, ustedes comerán, vosotros comeréis. I can copy the last one because it's the same. For female, ustedes comerán, vosotras comeréis, ellos comerán, ellas comerán, and that's it. Now, as I have added all the conjugations of the verb to eat, now I can do the sentences. Let's go back to general sentences. And, for example, I eat apples. I eat apples. Then I don't have the object apples. I can go back to objects and write down apples, manzanas. Let's go back to general sentences. I eat apples. Then I choose first person, singular, male, to eat, in present tense, apples. It's an affirmative question. No, it's an affirmative sentence and it's not a question. So, yo como manzanas. I eat apples. If I want to talk about a group of monkeys and they eat bananas, I can say they eat bananas. Monkeys eat bananas. Then I have to choose they is third person plural. They eat, and instead of apples, bananas. I can come here to objects, write down bananas, and in Spanish is the same, bananos, bananas. Let's go back to general sentences, change here bananas, and we have ellos comen bananas. For example, I think that lions do not eat bananas, so I can say they do not eat bananas. They don't eat bananas. So everything is the same. I only need to set this as negative and you will see how the no appears here. Ellos no comen bananas. They don't eat bananas. Now, for example, if somebody is saying that monkeys do not eat bananas, you can make a negative question and say, don't they eat bananas? For example, here, don't they eat bananas? Then all I have to do here is to set this negative sentence as a question, and we have ellos no comen bananas. Don't they eat bananas? Okay, this is the end of this lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to work with the verbs that end in "-er. And after that, we are going to practice with many different verbs. So I hope you like this class. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and share. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.